Hey, welcome to another edition of Golf at the Lakes. I'm with Nick Anderson. Nick, how are you?
Good, Chris.
Nick's the PGA golf professional here at Perham Lakeside Golf Club and Mulligan's Pub and Eatery. He's also the general manager, so he's head bottle washer. You take care of everything here. You make sure you got your staff in place, and you make sure that you got enough food here. You make sure the wedding goes off correctly. You make sure everybody gets off on the tee. I'm tired just talking about it. How's the season going so far?
Well, it's no different than anywhere else. The spring didn't do us any favors at all, but the last month or so, we're sitting here about midsummer, and the last month or so has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, so we're doing a little catch up, revenue-wise. It hasn't been a great spring, but we're trying to make it up now in July, and we've had some weather now finally. We haven't gotten it, so we're piecing together 3 or 4 days in a row that are nice, and that brings them out, doesn't it?
It sure does. It's been, we're talking about tornadoes only 2 months ago in California and Springfield, Massachusetts, where they never have crazy weather. You wonder why the spring was the way it was, and I think it's been no different here. If you remember back to last year when the spring was perfect, and we had our second earliest opening ever, March 26th.
Yep.
This year has been the complete opposite, but we also had poor weather last year, July, August, and September, and I'm hoping that, of course, that trend will reverse itself this year.
We get the farmers that seed early, we get them here. They got Minot's flooded, we can't get them here.
Right.
So every year there's something different. So, my interest with you, Nick, is always to sit down with you and go, okay, where are we? How can we grow this game? How can we get more people playing, especially the young ones?
Well, I think it's a cyclical thing, Chris. We supply and demand started it all back in the 90s. You and I have been in this business a long, long time, and we can remember the heyday of golf courses being built at record numbers, and they couldn't build them fast enough, and then supply caught up with demand, and around the year 2000, things started to go the other way. Tiger Woods, of course, in the latter 90s, got hot. He accelerated that boom, and once we got supply exceeding demand, things started to change a little bit. Any sport, I think we're going to see the kids come around. The kids are still just such a big part of this business, but their numbers have kind of waned a little bit. You're right in the middle of two young kids in their careers, and you know what it's all about, and you're out there much more than I am. But, we typically have 110 junior kids out for our program on Friday mornings. This summer we're down to about 90, so we're 20 less kids than usual. But I still think, especially on a golf course like ours, where we've got a lot of space, we've got 27 holes, we're busy right now like everybody else, but we make the juniors still a focal point, and I think like a lot of other sports, you're going to see that come back full circle. The kids have a lot of opportunities right now. 10 years ago, you would not see a kid with a cell phone in their hands. Now they all have them. It's things like that. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying cell phones have hurt our golf business, but kids have different opportunities.
Yep.
There's more for them to do. Golf isn't the only thing, and I think as we continue, as we're honed to work on our craft, those of us that are teachers, those of us that are instructors, those of us that run golf courses, if we keep doing what we've been taught to do, we'll see that come around again.
Well, we need to get, those juniors that are 7, 8, 9 years old are going to be your members 15 years from then. So you hope that we're grooming the game and getting, these young guys and gals so interested in golf that we, raise them right through to where they graduate from college, they're getting that job, and they're also becoming a member of Perham Lakeside Golf Club. So that's the whole transition that I'm worried about, is if we're not getting enough young ones and we're not grooming them through the process, that our game is going to get stagnant and slow down.
Well, and we're probably in a bit of that, stagnant period right now.
Yeah.
But again, you and I are not working any differently than we were 20 years ago, 15 years ago. We're not doing anything differently. Yeah. We take them when they're young. We try to teach them the right way to do it. We try to teach them etiquette and all of that thing. And then some of it they have to do on their own. But when they get to the point of continuing with golf full circle like your kids are doing, there's so many opportunities for them to go other directions, and I think that's where we might be losing it a little bit, and that's something that our association has to continue to address.
Yeah. Now, they need to call Perham Lakeside and talk directly to you about junior opportunities. How can the kids come out and play golf here? Give us a phone number. And
Well, 218-346-6070 is our phone number. You can also find out more about our programs at www.perhamlakeside.com. Call me direct. Again, you and I are right there together in the fact that we want to see more kids out there. We've got really super discounted rates for the young people, and we encourage them to play, be a part of our program, and do whatever we can to make sure that junior golf stays strong.
Well, whether it's individual junior golf or family golf, Perham Lakeside offers it. And come on out today and visit Nick and his staff and play a little golf at Perham Lakeside Golf Club. That's another edition at Golf at the Lakes.
Play Golf at the Lakes is sponsored by Balmoral Golf Course, Battle Lake, Blueberry Pines Golf Club in Monaga, Detroit Lakes Country Club and Lakeview Golf Course, Headwaters Country Club in Park Rapids, Perham Lakeside Golf Club, Thumper Pond in Otter Tail, Wildflower at Fair Hills,